are going to be joining us online later. So, welcome to our pop-up class for Thieves cleaning. So that's really what we're talking about. We have some things we call them middle-age must-knows, and they're things that I care about a lot because I'm going into my middle ages, or I guess I am. I'm actually going to be 52. I too, the reverse is 25, right? I'm really proud of that. Hayden thinks I'm cool for that. On Wednesday, I'm going to be 52. So one of the things I think a lot about is just as I'm kind of progressing in my age, how do I make sure that I give my body the biggest advantage that I can, in for my mind, my body, how I physically feel, how I sleep, everything. And one of the big things over the last few years that we've made a significant change in is really how we take care of our home, how we clean our house. So some of the biggest middle-age must-knows that I have are we're going to cover in like these next 20 minutes really quick. But it's all really going to focus on the cleaners in our home and how you can really shift that exposure that you're going to have very quickly and very easily. You can do it incredibly cost effectively, more so than I think what some of us might realize. And there's going to be a long-term benefit, not just for you, but for the rest of your family, right? Because we all have hormones, we all have bodies that are always growing and maturing in different ways. So we're going to talk about some of that. What I'm going to do just to kind of keep our pace pretty quick is I just want to talk a tiny bit about kind of where the base of my concern is, right? So I'm just going to read to you some things about your endocrine system, that's your hormone system, and different things that can impact that you have nothing to do with, right? I guess that didn't sound right. You have absolutely everything to do with, and then there are some that Mother Nature and Father Time just kind of dish out to us. What we're going to talk about today are the things that we can change, right? So let's talk about an endocrine disruptor, right? That's a hormone disruptor. A lot of people kind of use that term and put different things out there, but I like to just kind of focus it down to what does that really mean? So an endocrine disruptor is a molecule which mimics, blocks, or changes the action of a hormone and interferes with its normal function, right? So really, your hormones are there, they're trying to work, they're trying to do their job, and a disruptor is anything that gets in the way of it, right? So that's kind of basic English. You could figure that out. Hormone disruptors, also known as endocrine disruptors, what they are like low dose estrogen like chemicals, right? And they can cause negative developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune issues. Most of these agents are man-made and are found in everyday products. So over time, right? And I think that it's amazing how in just the 19th century alone, how much we have developed as a society, right? We have gone from a place of, no cars to these hybrid cars. We have the cell phone technology. It used to be a dial up, right? And now we have computers that we talk to on the phone. And pharmaceuticals and cleaners and all of those different things. We have adopted a lifestyle where we want to bring all of these man-made things into our homes so that we can take care of things quicker, we can take care of things more efficient, we can take care of things cheaper, or we can just take care of things easy, right? And sometimes that path is awesome. I'm a big fan of my cell phone. And sometimes I think we adopt it so much that we can back ourselves into a corner that we really struggle to get out of. So when we think about that, different things that are in that hormone disruptor category for all of us that can bother us: plastic bottles, metal food cans, detergents. Those are things we're going to talk about today. Flame retardants, foods, pesticides, right? Guys, as a society, we are the most obese we've ever been. And believe it or not, that is something that directly comes from how our endocrine system operates, right? You can put on the pounds big time if you have too many of these things interfering in your, I guess, in your bodily systems, right? Reproductive issues, prostate problems. My dad, he did battle prostate cancer, and I am a conqueror of bone cancer. And when I think about all of my friends that are going through these different battles, we are seeing some of these at incredibly high rates. And it's possibly because we're doing all these synthetic things and all these man-made things, when maybe if we just pull back a little, we could give ourselves an advantage. It's causing thyroid issues, different things like hand sanitizers, detergents, all those different things that we're going to talk about today are part of it. So let's kind of drill into some other things that happen in our menopause years. Our skin becomes more sensitive, right? We can have eczema. I have always had eczema, just dry, itchy skin. The weather can certainly contribute to that. But it is a known fact that as you mature, your skin becomes not as strong. It doesn't become, it's not as elastic. That's where a lot of people start talking about collagen. But just in general, it needs help. And it's the largest organ in your body. So if you're doing things with cleaners or detergents or antiperspirants or whatever they are that have these weird wonky chemicals in them, when you put those on the biggest organ in your body, right, it's going to maybe do something to it. You're going to have a side effect. And think about if you do it every single day, it could eat up your skin. Breathing and respiratory issues, allergies, and clarity of breathing is something that goes along with your middle ages. It is something that absolutely has been shown that as you hit your late 40s, 50s, 60s, just kind of breathing at night, you just want to be able to breathe clear. You might get stuffy nose more. Maybe seasonal things can bother you a little bit more. And a lot of those are affected by the things we're breathing in every day, right? Again, the fragrances, the cleaners, the detergents, all the things that we're surrounding ourselves with can really bother our nasal passages and our sinuses and things like that. So those are things that in our home, I try and minimize. We have allergies. I have to carry an EpiPen all the time, highly allergic to coconut and palm oil. So I live on that side. I kind of know that I need to have an awareness, but I also know that when I walk down the cleaner or the detergent aisle at our local supermarket, I almost can't even breathe. My eyes are watering and I'm sneezing, and that's not natural, right? That to me doesn't seem right. So let's jump on over and let's talk about some good stuff, right? Let's get off the bad topics. Let's not talk about that anymore and say, well, what can I do about it? So what we know that we can do about it is kind of switch up some of our habits. And I'm going to share a screen with you so that you can kind of have something you can feel free to take pictures of it, kind of whatever you would like to do. Let's see. Hang on one second. Just going to go over. There it is. I haven't shared it like this before, guys, so you're going to have to grant me a little grace on this. So we'll see how this goes. There it is. Okay. So I don't know. I think that I should be able to present. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about some things we want to avoid. When we talk about all these different things, whether it's our hormones, our breathing, our skin, walking down the aisle and just sneezing like crazy, you probably recognize the back of some of these different things. There's different things, formaldehyde, I can't even say all of them. A pH is an F, I think, so phthalates, VOC, sodium lauryl sulfate, for sure, lauryl sulfate, DEA, triclosan, and fragrances. All of those things are things that can bother your hormones. Those are those disruptors. They can bother your skin. They can bother your nose. It's really very challenging for the body to do what it needs to do when it has all of this coming at us from all different angles. And I saved some things just for purposes of these classes. So this is, you can see that this is just like a soft soap, right? It does say triclosan free, but in it, it has ammonium lauryl sulfate. That's the second ingredient. So water and then ammonium, you know what I'm saying, lauryl sulfate. It has a phenatine and ammonium chloride, fragrance, citric acid, FD&C yellow. That's why it looks like that. All of those are in this. And in this year, in this month, we are all buying so many soaps. You need to be careful about what that is because, did it lather up and did it maybe take the stick off of your fingers from maybe the dinner you ate or an apple juice or something, the juice from an apple, but that doesn't mean that it got the germs and bacteria away. These disinfectant wipes, these are kind of like the Clorox ones. These are ones that people are using all over the place. And did you know on these, it says that you have to clean the surface and then you have to let it sit there for minutes for it to work. we kind of take a paper towel and we wipe it down, or we use this, and that's not even killing the things. But what's in here, let's see, it says that it kills Staphylococcus, Salmonella. Let's see, it doesn't even kill COVID, right? It doesn't even say that. It says it helps the flu, but COVID is a little bit different. But this one, allow surface to remain wet for 4 minutes. Use enough wipes to keep surface visibly wet for 4 minutes. I challenge anybody to show me that they have actually wiped down and kept wet a surface for 4 minutes, because I got to tell you what, I think just the mere process of evaporation, that's going to be really hard, and you would use an awful lot of these. So here's some active ingredients: ammonia chloride, 1, 2, 3 different kinds of ammonia chloride, a benzyl ammonia chloride, and then they say there's a whole bunch of other ingredients that we're not going to tell you about. So who even knows what's in those? On the Shout now, that doesn't even list ingredients. So I was actually stuck with that one. You have to sign on to their website to see their ingredients. So those are just some different things that I started paying attention to. If I can't read the label, then I know that it might be something I need to worry about. But just the fact remains that if they are those chemicals that we see, anything with the sulfate after them, the tricloscan, the fragrances, those are all things that really aren't going to help our body. And when we are using them as much as we are now, if we use too many, it's going to take a toll on our body, right? And to that can translate to your immune system, it can translate to your skin, or it can make your hormones whack-ola, right? And that's for young kids, that's for older men and women. It doesn't really matter, right? Because our bodies are always developing. So let's take a look at my alternative. And I see Patty on here. She knows this is my alternative. So if some of you are already on board, that's awesome. Chime in. But let's talk a little bit about Thieves Household Cleaner, right? This is, let's see, I have all my different things. So this is our Thieves, right? Same bottle. It's ultra concentrated, right? So know that this bottle is a concentrated cleaner, and it's something that you will, through the process of dilution and mixing with other things, you will make the cleaners that you have. So if this is the only bottle that you need, that's pretty darn cool space-wise. But it's ultra concentrated, it's super versatile, and it's made with plant-based ingredients, right? You can use them on your everyday surfaces. I am in my kitchen. I use it on my granite as much as I use it on my butcher block and everywhere else. And I'll show you some more of those examples. It doesn't contain harsh, dangerous chemicals, and you don't need to rinse after. So picture using these wipes on your countertop and cutting up some fresh berries or an apple. You had to keep your countertop wet for 4 minutes with it and let it dry on its own, which to me is still a feat I'd like to see. And then you put your apple on it, and what are you putting it on? All those chloride things that I was telling you about, those ammonia ones. So to me, that's not a really good thing. With this, I actually wash my fruits and vegetables in this in a diluted ratio, obviously, but it's so safe that you could eat it, right? You would ingest it and you wouldn't get sick. And it's safe for septic systems and around kids. So one of the things that we know is that as a concentrate, there's alcohol content, right, that helps us give it that cleaning effect. But there are 5 essential oils in it. There's the clove, the cinnamon, the lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And those 5 together are incredibly antibacterial. They're antifungal. You can go on the website, guys. I challenge you to Google it up, that you could see mold comparisons to the growth rate of mold, something that has Thieves, something that has a Clorox and other cleaners, and see how the ability of Thieves to kind of offset the growth of extra bacteria once something's clean is far, far decreased. It's amazing. So when you take this, just 1 capful, right, to 2 cups of water, it costs you less than $1 for a bottle. So here is my bottle. This is kind of my kitchen cleaner, right? This was $1. Guys, this right now is like $5-6. That's crazy. I mean, just your budget alone is going to love making this switch, right? So you have this, and as you just keep multiplying it, right, you're saving and saving. Guys, it is on average right now expected that the home An average home of a normal sized family has approximately $100 to $125 worth of cleaners in their home. So think about the budget. That's crazy to think that, you know, you're buying food, you're paying for your home, you're doing all these different things to try and make your lives amazing, and you have $120 a month tied up in just cleaners. I mean, that's, to me, that blows my mind, and that's not something I want in my budget for sure. Let's talk a little bit about what you do with this cleaner, right? So this is the fun part. So a heavy degreaser, right? I was just moving my camera, sorry about that. A heavy degreaser, that's right here on the right-hand side, right? You just fill it up. And this is something that you can use, this one, I use it on my stove. Like I said, I use it on my kitchen counter. I use it on the refrigerator. We have an electric stove right now, so I can put it right on the top. I take this and sometimes I might squirt it into my dishwasher just to kind of break up some of that stuff. So that's awesome for cleaning. An all-purpose cleaner, you might tamper down a little bit. It might just be for the kitchen table for everyday use. Maybe it's even dusting, you know, cleaning up doorknobs, handles, different things like that. So those two alone, those are really, if you can see, 3 capfuls of household cleaner in a bottle. An all-purpose cleaner, that's 1 capful, right? So you can see the difference right there, that highly, highly grease breaking down and cleaning versus just something I need for every day. And because all of those things are in this in a concentrated form, you are going to be taking care of all those bacterial and germs that might be coming into your home that you want to take care of, right? A DIY Thieves scrub, right? So this is your soft scrub. I don't have any right now soft scrub, I'm meaning, but this is what we used to use, right? Comet. Do you guys remember that? Did you know this doesn't even really have ingredients labeled on it either? They do say that they use recycled packaging, but the only thing it says is sodium dichloride, tretazonium dihydrate, and then other ingredients. 98% of it is other ingredients they don't even tell us about. So I kind of wonder what that is. But that's your soft scrub. It's baking soda, right? That gives it the scrubbing effect. You have your vinegar, guys. You can go to the store and get this vinegar for $1.99. Wait until you see how cheap all of this is to start making it. Hayden's with me here. And then lemon. You can use the lemon if you want. You can, you know, offset that with orange or anything else. That's just to give it a nice aroma. But you stir it up and you got that for 3 months. And you could use that. We use it in our tubs. We use it in our shower base, all those different things. Some other things that we can do with just this one bottle. There's the floor cleaner, right? So that's your the cleaner. You can throw in a little lemon or citrus, and then you add in the vinegar, right? And so that's a great floor cleaner. We have one of those like the automatic ones. It looks almost like a vacuum, but it's got the scrubbers, and that's what we use, Thieves household cleaner. Glass mirrors. This is the single best window cleaner you will ever have, I promise you. It's very diluted, right? It's got the household cleaner, lemon, it's got the vinegar in a bottle. So it's the vinegar and the lemon that kind of take that above just the regular degreaser. So that's what cleans your windows. And then for sure, a laundry whitener, right? We love, love, love our whites, but I love my colors too, and I need to keep them separate. And so what I do is I just get some hydrogen peroxide. We have lemon juice, a real lemon juice, right? You can use lemon, baking soda, and water. And when you put that all together, that's almost like your bleach, right? In your laundry. And how much safer is that to have that around versus containers or I know the bleaches usually come in these big old jugs. You don't have that splashing effect. You don't have it, you know, getting white dots on your favorite Buffalo Bills sweatshirt, right? Nothing of that nature is happening. So guys, those are just some examples of what happens with the household cleaner. And this for a member is $25. So think about that. For $25, I think you can get 30 servings out of this. Hayden, do the math. If the average cleaner was, let's say, $4, so that's $100, right? $4 times 25 to 30 servings. That would be $100 that this just replaced. 100 to 125. Yeah, so that's the number that I was talking about. That's how much value you have in cleaners in your home. And for this, 25 bucks, right? So that's crazy to think that the versatility that you would have with that, right? For all those different things. Hiya. So there we go, right? We have those different things. Guys, we were just talking about some different recipes and different things with the Thieves household cleaner. But I am taping this, so you'll be able to catch it on the backside if you're interested. So one of the big questions that people always say is, cool, how do I get this? And look, I know we're going into the holidays. I know that we're going into a lot of different times, COVID, and we're kind of concerned about budgets. So I'm not going to throw at you, get this for a really cool deal, but now I need you to spend $150. We can make this really easy and cheap for you guys. My best recommendation is, if this is kind of the path that you're looking at, if you go with our basic starter kit, you get all these different freebies. You get our stress away oil. That's one of our beloved ones that we just like everyone to have. And that is $35 because it gets you kind of enrolled. You become a member, get all the discounts, and then you just throw this on top, right? That's 25 bucks. So for all of that, for I'm dyslexic, 35 and 25, right? So that's like 60 bucks. You get your full membership. You get this, which, remember, guys, to go to the grocery store and replace this, you're looking at $125. You've already come out way, way far ahead. So it's the basic starter kit. You get this cute little box. You get a hand sanitizer that's Thieves. You get some mints. You get some Ninja Red, which I'm drinking right now. So a whole bunch of freebies. And we can talk about that later. And then you would get this, and that's 60 bucks. Like, guys, that's nothing. But if you are thinking, wow, I really like this whole Thieves thing, tell me more about it. There is an actual Thieves premium starter kit. And what this bundle includes is all of our best things that are Thieves based. So remember, those cleaners in your house, they're $125. Imagine you would get 2 of these, right? You would get 2 foaming hand soaps, right? You would get the Thieves oil. So guys, the Thieves oil, that's something that is the foundation of all these products. And that alone, what that does for you is you can, gosh, this could be a whole class, but I'll try and run down it. If you have a diffuser, you can diffuse Thieves. You put that into the air and you start breathing it in, that amps up your immune system immediately. If you're not feeling well, you can use that on your body. You can use it in your tea. You can use it on your teeth. That's the Thieves toothpaste. Great lead in, Hayden. The Thieves toothpaste. That is an amazing one. Hayden loves the whitening one, which I think this is, accompanied by the mouthwash. All of these things together. And guys, that bundle's 125. So just think about the value that you got and where we started talking about our cleaners. We all have about $125 worth of cleaners in our house. So look at everything that you just got, and you know that this bottle is going to take you clear. If you got this kit, you would be set clear through probably April of next year. And you wouldn't be doing the Cloroxes and all these crazy things. One of the things that I do want to share is that I'm going to put a link in the chat that we have here. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. The EPA and some other folks, they went and they did a study of what are the best cleaners going into this coronavirus COVID. And what they did is they published the list of the most effective cleaners. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on here.
Are they bugging you? Oh shit, what happened?
I'm just, hang on, I'm pulling up my chat here. Thieves is a recommended cleaner on that
Corey,
list.
you want to come in with me?
I just, I calmed down some of the noise. I hope, can everyone still hear me? I think so. Oops, hang on. I just sent that privately to Patty. Sorry about that, Patty. Put that to everybody. Thieves is a recommended cleaner from the EPA, right? It is saying that if you are looking to battle the regular things, the bacterias, the germs, the flu, all those different things that we read about on this Clorox. But if you're looking to do it and maybe give yourself an advantage with COVID, Thieves is an option that you should consider. So along that vein, you know, we can also gain the benefit to our bodies for our hormones, for our skin, for our breathing, for all those different things. So check that link out. And what was the other thing that I was going to show you? I think those might be the two things. We're starting to wrap this up. Yep. So let's just go back to our deck. I think I am tech savvy enough that I can try and do this. There we go. So this is one of the ways that we were talking about it, right? Our starter bundle. If you're a member, or if you want to maybe come on board in a different way, for $114, you can do that basic starter kit, remember, with the stress away, and you could get the Thieves home cleaning kit. So this levels you up big time. So let's take a look at what you get. You get your citrus fresh and your lemon. Remember, we talked about both of those things already in some of the recipes. You get pine essential oil, and think about that. Pine fresh smell, right? Remember Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. We love that aroma when we clean. So, and especially going to the holidays, it totally matches. So that oil comes with it. Purification, that is an oil that is amazing at kind of disinfecting odors, right? So maybe you would use that in the bathroom, maybe after you were finished cooking fish or something crazy like that, that kind of has that aroma that sticks with the house. That's what purification is. You still get the Thieves oil that we talked about. You get the household cleaner that we talked about. You get a stainless steel bucket. That is something that's kind of throwback, that's near and dear to my heart. I know it sounds weird, but when I used to have to clean at my grandmother's house, my great-grandmother's house, we had a big old metal bucket, and Hayden's laughing, and we were on our knees cleaning. So that comes along with it. You get this very cool, it's a glass spray bottle. I put little gems in it just because I think it makes it look kind of cute. But this is just one that I kind of use around the house, kind of on the go. But you get that in the kit. You get your cleaning cloth. You get a whole recipe book. And then right over here in the red, you can kind of see you get a very, very cool little carrying kit. And that's to kind of put all your stuff in there if you go on the go. And you get your foaming hand soap and you get mints. So that is another way. So there are 3 very cool ways and 3 awesome levels that you can kind of say, I think I might want to jump on board with this. If I'm a member, guys, the home cleaning kit is available to you. You would just take that $114 less the $35, right? So that is a huge bargain if you're looking to kind of bring this freshness and health into your home for your family. If you want to kind of explore just the Thieves, you can certainly go on board with that starter kit. Or if you're saying, look, I just want to get some of this really cool cleaner and be a member so that I can explore whatever I want to, then the basic starter kit option, I think, is right up your alley. And that would be the best way to do it. So with all of these different options, what I wanted to do was make sure, that's my desktop. That was pretty jazzy, huh? I wanted to make sure that I gave you my link. So as you're kind of thinking about all these different things, you can kind of get to the point where you can either reach out and let me know that here's my link. If you want to jump on board or you want to talk about it, these are the different ways that you can. And I will put my cell phone number in here so that you can go ahead and reach out to me via text or lavenderlemonade@gmail.com. So any of those ways that you would like to reach out to me, I would love for you to do that, right? And we can continue to talk about it. If you want to talk a little bit about more hormone interrupters and different ways that I have figured out to navigate through these middle ages successfully, happy, not gaining a ton of weight, not having itchy, scratchy skin. I do on some days, but in general, I think I'm on a pretty good trend. I would love to help you with that as well. So all of those things, I just wanted to share with you today. And I think we did a pretty good job. We did it in about a half an hour. And what I'm going to do, because I know some people were kind of jumping on late and we're coming and going, I am going to be Anyone that was on my email list, I'm going to be posting up the replay to you guys so that you can go ahead and catch it. And we'll be putting it on our Facebook group as well. So that way you can kind of check that out. And then I will put this deck, this quick deck presentation deck on there for you guys to check out. So when you're watching it, you can kind of have something if you didn't take pictures or couldn't write everything down fast enough. So, hi Deb, how are you? So that's what we're going to do today. So I hope you guys had an awesome, awesome day. And the one thing I'd like to add at the end, anybody that orders the basic starter kit with just the cleaner today, everyone's going to get a free orange, right? Because that is something that is outstanding to add into the household cleaner. So if you want to jump on board with that very entry level, super easy way, you're going to get an orange also. So I am going to do that. And yes, Deb, it will be. This will all be on the replay. I'm going to post it up. It usually takes about 5 minutes for it to download, and then I'll go ahead and post everything up. So Patty, I know that you were having trouble with the audio part. You'll be able to catch it. Deb, you will, and there's a couple others that are on that I just see the phone numbers, but everyone will be able to see that. So I hope everybody had an outstanding day. Enjoyed this a little bit, and Hayden said I'm supposed to go like this and take a bow, but that's kind of weird. So I just kind of like to say I'll see ya, and gonna watch the Bills game soon. So have a nice afternoon. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.